My name is Elizabeth Poindexter, and I'm the costume designer for Santa Barbara's production of Traviata, which is a co-production with Opera San Jose. And I've been working with Opera San Jose for many years, and actually that's where I met Jose Maria Condemi, and that's how we came together for this production. So. Jose Maria came to us with this sense of, this is a new Paris. The Eiffel Tower is being built. There's excitement in the air. The people developing new ideas and ways of looking at the world, and we are seeing that Traviata through that kind of a vision. These are the high-class courtesans of Paris, the Violettas, the Floras, and the men who frequent their boudoirs are, again, creme de la creme, who, yes, have wives and families somewhere else, but they're the beautiful people. Or our Alfredo and when you approach a show that's this big, we want these people to be not just cookie cutters on stage. They still need to be living, breathing people so that your stage pictures are interesting. At the same time, you tie them all together so that the picture doesn't become unfocused. And so these dresses, a lot of them have very similar style lines, and it just becomes the details that get changed that make them very individual. So in one way you can produce them reasonably quickly in terms of schedule, but at the same time we still want a very individual look to each piece. So the principals, however, we need to stand off from the background. We need them to pop. We started with the idea that she is the belle of the ball. All of her friends think it's all going to be lavenders and pinks and lilac time, and so they show up at her party in all of those colors, and she shows up in crocus yellow. So she is the queen of her circle. And then we go to the country where she embraces soft colors and lilac and lavenders, and then eventually we go into dark, rich reds and golds and oranges, and she's almost the darkest thing on stage. And it's the end of her run. And then the last act, it's grays and it's faded and she's dying. Or did she take one in and there's this thing? The two possible, so. Okay.
It's challenging to perform in period costumes because there's a weight that we're not used to in our daily lives. There's layers on layers and sometimes huge hoops. So the way that you would sit in a chair is differently. In a hoop, you have to pull up on the little back of the hoop in order to sit, so that the hoop doesn't go woo and show everybody your beautiful petticoat. So.
You stand there long enough and you're like, I'm getting kind of dizzy because it's like so hot and so heavy, and they're like squeezing you in tighter. And that's why women used to faint all the time, actually, is because they were corseted so tightly that anytime they got like agitated, like they wouldn't get enough oxygen to their brain. So it's kind of tough when you're like singing opera to have like a really tight corset, but then it really helps you too, because when you have something pressing against your abdominal wall, you feel something to resist.
This is one of the first times I have designed a whole set of costumes for people I have physically not seen. There's a lot of big question marks as they come in for these first fittings in terms of, is it going to work? So far we haven't had a train wreck yet, so we're okay. When an audience walks into a theater and sits down in a seat, and before even the orchestra plays, there's something on stage that's already telling them something. And then the characters enter and they say something else before they even open their mouths to sing or to speak. And it's that ambiance, that environment that you're trying to create to put your audience into that world and make them part of it. hopefully for the 2 or 3 hours. You keep them there and you grab them there and you excite them there. So that's what we do.